You've probably heard about this concept countless times, maybe 100 by now. It's everywhere, talked about in books, blogs, and videos, usually by people who don't fully understand it or how to use it effectively. Those who try often get frustrated, feel like it's not working, and give up. It became popular in the Western world only recently, but it's been around forever, known to mystics and sages for thousands of years. Deep down, it's simple to understand and easy to apply, requires very little time. But for reasons you're about to discover in a minute, knowing what to do doesn't mean we'll do it. How many things do you know you should do, but never find the time to start? And it's not just about getting into action. It's about doing it in a certain way. There's a hidden force, ancient and powerful, connecting every thought, intention, and action we take. It's as if this unseen energy links everything together, creating the reality we experience. Philosophers, mystics, and visionaries have whispered about it for centuries, describing it as the movement that binds the whole universe. But here's something most people don't realize. This force, this law, is actually secondary. It echoes a primary principle, the law of vibration. So as you watch this video, let go of what you think you know. Put aside any judgments or past experiences, because we're about to reveal the most common mistakes people make with this law and a much more effective way to approach it. The differences may seem small, but trust me, they are worlds apart. So stick with us. Stay open, because this might be the video that changes it all for you. And if you find value in watching this content, consider subscribing to our channel. As time passed, as ancient wisdom found its way through the centuries, something changed. This sacred law, once revered as a spiritual discipline, became popularized, simplified, and in many ways, misunderstood. We began to see it as a shortcut, an instant solution, losing sight of its depth and the mastery it requires. This is no different than the martial art called karate. It's a Japanese style, but as it crossed the ocean in North America, it changed. Here, it's more family-oriented instead of staying as it was. I assume it's because it was too violent, and they wanted to get kids and families involved. People who wouldn't use it to fight, but to stay in shape and acquire self-discipline. If you pay attention to things like this, you'll notice that many things change as they get introduced to different cultures. Let's step back and understand its roots. The law of attraction has its origins in ancient civilizations. Egyptian priests saw it as a path to align with the divine order. Greek philosophers spoke of it as a form of cosmic magnetism. And Indian mystics taught that intentions could ripple into the universe, creating change. But they knew it wasn't a passive wish or mere positive thinking. It was a disciplined journey of aligning with universal energies, a delicate balance of thought, feeling, and action. As the law of attraction moved westward in the late 1800s through New Thought movements, the depth began to shift. What was once a practice of inner alignment and self-mastery became a think and receive phenomenon, a simplified promise of instant results. Yet those who truly understood the law, the masters, mystics, and teachers across centuries, discovered what worked, and just as importantly, what didn't. They knew that certain mistakes could prevent the law from working, or even create the opposite effect, leaving the seeker frustrated and discouraged. Today, we're going to explore 3 of the most significant mistakes people make when trying to harness the law of attraction. Mistakes that keep them from experiencing its full power. And for each, we'll show you how to avoid these pitfalls so that you can use this powerful force as it was originally intended. The first major mistake is thinking that desire alone is enough. This is one of the most common misconceptions. The idea that if you simply want something badly enough, it will appear. But here's what the ancient teachers understood. Desire without alignment is like setting out on a journey without a map. You may know where you want to go, but without alignment, you'll drift aimlessly. To manifest what you desire, You must first create the mental and emotional alignment within yourself. Visualize your goal, but more than that, embody the feeling of already having it. If your mind is focused on success but your emotions are tangled in doubt or fear, you're sending mixed signals. Align your desire with the clear, confident energy by using practices like gratitude and meditation, which root you in a state of peace and certainty. This creates a powerful, energetic pull, drawing your desires towards you with greater clarity. Let's say you're out of shape, and your goal is to get fit and healthy. You weigh 250 pounds, and you're aiming for 200. Regardless of how much you want it, I know you'll have to get to work, like exercising and changing your diet. This is nothing new. Most people wait until they get the motivation to join the gym, usually in January, getting motivated for a few weeks and giving up. They always have good reasons, like being too busy with work, family, or other obligations. But the true reason is that they didn't change their internal blueprint before going into action. The law of attraction states that you become what you think about most of the time. But it's not enough to understand this law. We also have to understand ourselves, the internal mechanics of it all. Yes, of course, we must be clear about our intention. And if we use this weight loss scenario, the intention is to get 50 pounds lighter and healthier. Before you go into action, use the law of vibration to activate a new paradigm within you. And you achieve this through repetition of your idea. You must use all the tools at your disposal because your existing internal blueprint doesn't want to change. Once we adopt a certain way to live, our entire being wants to keep that status quo. That's just the way it is. I won't go into profound details about those tools in this video, but the essentials are the following. Visualization. This is where you imagine yourself already in possession of your goal, and most importantly, feel the pride and joy of already having it. Feel it through your 5 senses. As you visualize, sense the visuals as you look at your body in the mirror, people around you congratulating you on your effort, new clothes, and feeling energized. The more detailed you go, the better. This will register a new image in your mind, which, if done repeatedly, will create new paradigms, which are the driving force behind everything we do. If you don't modify the paradigms, you'll go back to your old ways within a short period, guaranteed. Affirmations are also very effective, both by looking at yourself in the mirror while you say them with meaning, or by writing them down and reading them with intensity. Another good one is getting your mind involved. Read about it. Watch videos related to your goal. In order to change your life, you must change your focus. As you begin to reorient your attention on the things you want, the things you don't want will somehow fade. They won't disappear, but for you, they will. The second mistake? Overlooking the power of belief. Belief is the fuel that powers manifestation, yet so many overlook its importance, trying to think their way into manifestation without the necessary conviction. Ancient practitioners knew that belief must be deep and unwavering. It's what separates wishful thinking from real manifestation. If, deep down, you feel unworthy or fearful, these underlying beliefs will block your desires. People often say, "I want wealth," or "I want love," yet harbor subconscious doubts that repel these very things. To overcome this, start by identifying and releasing limiting beliefs. Then replace them with empowering thoughts. Practice affirmations. Work with a mindset coach, or even keep a journal that explores your deeper fears and beliefs. Strengthen your belief in what's possible and what you deserve, for the universe responds to you what you truly believe is possible, not merely what you say you want. And finally, the third mistake, relying solely on thoughts without action. This is where modern law of attraction practices have drifted farthest from ancient wisdom. Many believe that visualization alone is enough, that they can think their goals into existence. But the masters knew that thoughts and actions are two sides of the same coin. Visualization plants the seed, yes, but action brings it to life. By taking steps towards your action, you create a bridge between the inner and outer worlds, sending a clear signal to the universe that you're committed. Start with small actions that align with your goal, and watch as synchronicities, opportunities, and resources align to support you. Action is what grounds intention into reality, creating the momentum that fuels manifestation. Now, you might say, you told me to focus on changing my paradigms before actions, and now you're saying to go into action? Hold on. I understand how this can be confusing, so let's elaborate. When I say take action here, I mean you take small steps so you have something to relate to. This is done in school or martial arts, for example, where you learn something, then you apply it. Learning is done in the conscious mind, but becoming it is done in the subconscious. Think of it in steps. First, you gather new knowledge, then you apply it, followed by correction, which fixes the errors, and you keep what worked. See the sequence? So yes, you do take actions, but you do it in a certain way. Most try to change the world with huge actions, which almost never work. Try not to reinvent the wheel here and stick with proven methods that are effective. If schools and martial art dojos are doing it, why not do the same and stick with systems that work, right? But again, beliefs are powerful, and if somehow you have beliefs of unworthiness, for example, you'll probably go into self-sabotage and take actions to prove yourself and others that it doesn't work. Beliefs are self-fulfilling prophecies, so be careful about which ones you decide to keep in your life. Make sure you become aware of them. Be open to change, and the best way to identify them is to look at your results. They are the reflection of who you are. Never try to change more than one or two at a time. It won't work. Just like trying to learn to play piano, carpentry, gardening, and cooking all at once. It wouldn't work either, or at least not well. In order to achieve mastery in anything, focus on one thing until you've mastered it, then move on to the next. So we've uncovered the 3 primary pitfalls: mistaking desire for alignment, underestimating belief, and neglecting the role of action, or applying them in the wrong way. Avoid these, and you're well on your way to mastering the law of attraction as it was meant to be. A balanced practice of thought, belief, and aligned action, each supporting the other in perfect harmony. So as we close, take a moment to reflect. Think about your own desires, your beliefs, and the actions you're willing to take. This journey isn't about shortcuts. It's about self-discovery, inner alignment, and deep transformation. If this video has sparked something within you, if you're ready to go deeper, click on our next video, where we'll explore the law of polarity, which can unlock the wisdom of yin and yang. You'll discover advanced techniques, hidden practices, and the steps that can truly accelerate your journey. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, now's the time. Join us, and together, let's unravel the mysteries of the universe.